So this is part 6. In Luke 12:47, it says, the servant that knows the master's will and does not get ready and does not do what the master wants will be beaten with many blows. Obviously, they're talking about they're going to be reduced to a pitiful state in this world, and they're going to burn in hell forever. Now let's clarify that A, they're changing the way I look and sound. There's a rise of Satanism and church hypocrisy, more obvious, more blatant hypocrisy than ever. And every church allowed is evil. Okay, everybody outside the divine order, which is everyone but my parents and myself, are basically evil. My brothers are the next closest thing to good, but they cannot redeem anyone, and they cannot continue doing God's work after I'm gone. And they're not doing it now, basically. Number one, the technology that changes my look and my voice, everyone in my generation knows that it's there. Okay? They know that things have changed dramatically. See, like I was saying before I was interrupted, the technology that changes my look and my voice, everyone in my generation knows beyond any doubt exists. Okay, and they know beyond any doubt the government and the corporations are far more corrupt than that needed for them to have a motivation to do it. Okay, they also know they've been changing musics, the way people look, they've been changing the way songs sound, and so on and so forth. Okay. Also, I have videos where I show you that there's California universities and different corporations that have been funding to the extreme mind control technologies and technologies that read your mind, and looking for applications of this technology, military applications as well. Okay. The celebrities and social controllers and public figures are obviously not respectable. Okay, evil is not respectable. That's why it's called good looking, right? Do you look good, right? Do you look like Mr. Right, on the right path, doing the right thing? When you don't, you're a scoundrel. It doesn't matter if you're born in a rich family or a poor family, if when you choose your life path, you don't choose moral precision. If you have no higher cause and you're a gang member or a thug, you're a piece of shit. Okay? If you choose to be rich in this time, you're a piece of shit. There are no fucking exceptions. And everyone outside the divine order, okay, either doesn't know better, Luke 12:48, and they'll suffer for eternity to a lesser degree, or they know better, Luke 12:47, and they'll suffer far more than that for eternity. So your college degree doesn't work in your favor. Who would have fucking thought? That's why there's premeditated murder, second, third degree. Even your corrupt court system, they do something like that. Okay. Now, let's look at some terms that overkill that I'm right. And it's disgusting that you people are sucking a church dick on these issues. Number 1, gentrification. Number 2, sexual control. 3, eugenics. And 4, social engineering. With those points alone, I can prove definitively that the corporate state, the governing class, the managerial class, the token minorities, basically everybody else on the planet, but me and my parents and I, are fucking, everyone else is doing the wrong thing. Okay? And their little grammar fucking games, while they're fueling me and drugging me, overkills that Western culture is an abomination to God. The process of, so they define gentrification as the process of making someone or something more refined, polite, and respectable. That's one of the definitions, right? Obviously, it's extreme hypocrisy. More refined, polite, and respectable. What you people are doing is a fucking abomination. It's a disgrace. 9 million people starve to death while you act like cocky Western trash. What don't you get? Okay? So your definition of refined is, it's the sick corporate Palo Alto, San Jose, garbage fucking Hampton fucking scale of complete trash with no fucking heart. Okay? That's not polite to be a greedy piece of shit and pretend that you worked hard and you deserve to game the fucking system. It's a fucking disgrace. The second definition. The process whereby the character of a poor urban area is changed by wealthier people moving in, improving housing, and attracting new businesses, typically displacing current inhabitants in the process. They even use the word character. Those of you who have been listening to my videos for a while, you know that I say Martin Luther King talked about the content of the character and not the color of the skin. There's a Martin Luther King Day. There's not a rich bitch day that I'm aware of in American history other than the President's Day or something. Everyone knows they're bitches. They're politicians, right? Okay? And you know that I've been talking about how martial arts builds character. Okay? What I have is character. What you have in your cities is a fucking disgrace. Bunch of rape cult trash, drug-pushing filth in corporations, their criminal allies. They're all, everyone basically in the cities. Everyone who lives in the city right now, I assure you, is a criminal piece of shit. Almost everyone else who lives everywhere else is a criminal piece of shit in their own way as well. So the process whereby the character, when you are screening out the only person with true character that ever was, okay, the process whereby the character of a poor urban area is changed by wealthier people moving in, improving housing, and attracting new business, typically displacing current inhabitants is the process. Obviously, they're whitewashing what is pure fucking evil, which is exactly what the churches do. Just because they speak about a few of these issues in extreme hypocrisy doesn't mean they're not waste dumps. They are. Eugenics, according to Francis Galton, the guy who coined the term, you arrogant fools. Eugenics is the study of the agencies under social control that improve or impair the racial qualities of future generations, either physically or mentally. You think God's plan is for a bunch of racist whites, Jews, and LGBT people and token minority guys, sometimes from their crypto bloodlines, to fucking impair the racial qualities of other people over time and pretend they're fucking chosen? That's outrageous. Again, I tell you, I don't know how anyone could take, I don't know how anyone dates these people or anyone who's rolling with it, okay? Eugenics is the study of the agencies under social control that improve or impair the racial qualities of future generations, either physically or mentally. Couple that with their despicable conceptions of the process of making someone or something more refined, polite, or respectable, the process whereby the character of an urban area is changed by wealthier people moving in, improving housing, and attracting new businesses, typically displacing current inhabitants in the process. I've been talking about eugenics, folks, for like fucking 10 years or something. Thousands of videos that touch on it and many hundreds of videos that directly speak about it. And I've been going on Facebook and so on and so forth, talking to people, putting on my Tinder profile every chance I get. Not for a moment do they have a viable counter-argument. And 9 million people starve to death a year, and 2,000 people are said to die of coronavirus every day in this country because of the governing class's failure. So you tell me how their rich bitch moving into cities and oppressing the minorities more while pretending they're achieving progress is actually doing God's work. It's not. It's Luciferian doctrine trash and the bitch-ass motherfuckers that live it. Social engineering. This one's very interesting. We're not going to have time to go over sexual control, but let's talk social engineering. The use of centralized planning. Centralized planning, mind you. Not poor guys determining what's happening. Centralized planning. In an attempt to manage social change. In an attempt to manage social change. Tell me that doesn't piss you off. These bitch-ass motherfuckers, we're going to control who you date, because that's social relations, social networking, social media. Dating sites is part of social media. And regulate the future development and behavior of a society. So again, I tell you, social engineering is the use of centralized planning in an attempt to manage social change and regulate the future development and behavior of a society. Definition 2. And link the two definitions. They're connected. There's a reason why they both have the same term assigned to them. In information security, information, right? Information determines who's in what formation when you really think about it. How's the information disseminated? How is it presented? Okay, who's it given to? Consider your audience, right? In information security, the use of deception to manipulate individuals into divulging confidential or personal information that may be used for fraudulent purposes. So also, to know someone biblically, right? Information. You understand what I'm saying? These people intend to use social engineering, the use of centralized planning, in an attempt to manage social change and regulate the future development and behavior of society. When 1 in 5 CEOs are said to be psychopaths, the rest are narcissists, hedonists, and da-da-da-da-da, okay, all kinds of sordid trash, all rich trash, okay? Centralized rich trash planning, an attempt to manage social change and regulate the future development and behavior of society. And of course, they use deception to manipulate individuals and divulging confidential personal information, especially sexual information. Okay, that's why the term is used for both these definitions. And of course, it's used for fraudulent or evil purposes. Okay, and evil purposes. Fraudulent is evil as well. Okay, so again, gentrification is the process of making someone or something more refined, polite, or respectable. Okay, the process whereby the character of an urban area is changed by Wealthier people moving in, improving housing, and attracting new business, typically displacing current inhabitants in the process. Eugenics, this part is key, is the study of the agencies under social control that improve or impair the racial qualities of future generations, either physically or mentally. It's really both, right? Mind, body, soul, spirit arguments, right? Idolaters versus God's son. Exodus 15:3. The Lord is aware what kind? An idolater, eugenicist, benefiting token minority, or fucking racist, white-skinned piece of shit? Or the last righteous man ever being screened out? So you see, there's no other way to interpret Revelation and be sane and tell the truth about God than to interpret that people are sealed in hell after I die.